and welcome to the Honeybee Knits podcast. I don't remember what episode it is today, but welcome nonetheless. My name is Melissa, and I am coming to you from about 45 minutes north of Cincinnati. I live here with my husband, our dog, and our 3 cats. And if you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I have a lot of stuff to get into today. It's been about 2 weeks since I've podcasted, about a week and a half since you guys have seen the podcast. I had some technical difficulties and the podcast did not get uploaded until I recorded on a Monday, and I think it got uploaded on a Thursday or a Friday. So you guys didn't get to see it when it was actually done, so I apologize about that. Hopefully this week will go a lot smoother. I have had a lot of time to knit. I've gotten a lot of things done. I've received a lot of wonderful packages that I'm excited to show you guys. Not too many purchase acquisitions, but I do have a few. And some giveaway announcements, some knit-along announcements, and overall just general chat. So with that, we will go ahead and get started. So in the most recent episodes of my podcast, I have been starting with the administrative stuff just so that we can get those out of the way. And that way I don't forget and I get all of the information to you guys, because otherwise I will forget. So I want to start with some giveaways that we have. So I announced the Whip It Thursday Knit Along FO thread. I've pulled 2 separate winners for the grand prize, and neither one of them have contacted me, so I'm pulling my 3rd winner today. With who won, I am confident that this person watches and will contact me, and I will be able to get them the prize out. However, if for some reason they don't, these prizes are basically just going to be added into the pot for future prizes. I'm not going to keep drawing over and over again. So anyway, so the 3rd person that I drew to win this package, and just to remind you what the package is, it's a skein of Arkansas Yarn Company yarn in the Honeybee Knits colorway, a Notions pouch from Bath & Body Works that has like a honeybee on it, a bag from Fondant Fiber, it's like a little owl bag, and some stitch markers from Skyly Knits. So the winner of that prize is VT Kimmy Kim. She was number 43, and that's Kim from West Virginia. And I know she watches because I talk to her all the time. So hi, Kim. Congratulations on your podcast win. Get in touch with me. Let me know that you've seen this, and I will send out the package to you. She was post number 43, and I believe she either knit or I think she may have crocheted a commissioned shawl, and it is gorgeous. So you guys should go check that out. So congratulations, Kim, and let me know that you've seen this, and I will send the package out to you. So the next giveaway that we have is, I mentioned the stand-up socks, which is a Stand Up to Cancer socks. It's a pattern where the proceeds are donated to Stand Up to Cancer. And I had asked you guys to just kind of either tell me the story about how you got knitting, or tell me like, you know, what yarn or what knitting or crafting in general means to you. And I was reading all the lovely, wonderful comments in there, and they're really sentimental. And if you ever need something like uplifting to make you just kind of remember like why we all started to craft and started crafting in the first place, go take a look at those comments. They were wonderful. But I pulled 3 winners for those socks, for that sock pattern. So once you message me and let me know that you've seen this, I will gift you the sock pattern. So the first winner that we had was number 13, and that's Jack, Forget About It on Ravelry. Congratulations, Jack. The second winner we had was Baby Cables, and that's Megan, and she was post number 17. And then the 3rd winner we have is Mama Mia, which is Marie from Florida, and she was post number 8. So congratulations to the winners for that sock pattern. Let me know you've seen this, and I will gift you that pattern in Ravelry. The last knit along we have is for the October socks knit along, and we had, I believe, 34 entries, 38, something around that. Anyway, so we had a lot of socks this month, and they all looked amazing. You guys rocked the socks this month. And I pulled 2 winners. The first winner I pulled will also receive a stand-up socks pattern. So that winner is post number 30, which is Bork P, which is Peggy from Wisconsin. So congratulations, Peggy. Let me know you've seen this, and I will gift you that pattern. And then the grand prize is a skein of Knit Pick Stroll fingering in the, I believe it was Big Top colorway. I think it's a circus theme. And then also the a Halloween bag from Bird Leg Bags. So the winner of that is post number 14, which is Elderith, and I believe her name is Ellie from Denmark. So Ellie, let me know that you've seen this and give me your address, and I will send that out to you in the mail. So congratulations to all of our winners. We have quite a few knit-alongs going on, actually less now than what we did, one of which I started, and I think I talked about it either on an episode or in Instagram, and I never talked about it again, but it is still going until the end of the year, so I want to let you guys, remind you guys about that. So that knit-along is the Mystery Knit-along. So basically, any patterns that you get knit that used to be a mystery knit-along or is currently a mystery knit-along, you can enter your finished objects in that thread to win a prize. So that thread is open in Ravelry. We have our November socks knit-along, which is just our standard sock knit-along every month. And we also have our holiday sweater call, which is co-hosted by Brooke Knits of A Knit Soul podcast. And that one runs from October 1st to December 31st, and you basically just knit a holiday sweater for yourself and enter it into those threads. We have one FO already, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous sweater, so go take a look at it. The last knit along that we have going right now is the Slash Down 2017, and if you would like more information about that, go check out the Ravelry thread. All of the information is out there. And I've talked about it on previous podcasts, so I'm not going to go into all the dirty details on that. Just know that I am failing miserably at that knit-along. So yeah, those are the knit-alongs that we have going on right now. The last administrative thing that I wanted to mention, because I know there's a lot of you that I have organized swaps with. So this is my list of giveaways and swaps that I am aware of that need to go out. And I actually just took a satchel of packages to the post office to mail off today. And in that was not only any ready to ship orders that are ready to go out the door and giveaways. So I'm caught up on giveaways and caught up on ready to ship orders, and most of my mug swaps. There are only 2 swaps that I have left that I have not mailed packages for. And those are for Heather in San Diego and Mercy in Hawaii. I was going to call you Bria because that's your username, but I know it's Mercy, not Bria. So other than those 2 people, all other swap packages have been mailed out. If you are expecting a swap package from me and you are in the US and you do not receive it by the end of this week, please message me because I had a list of swap partners and I don't know what happened to that list. I think it accidentally got mixed in with my die list from last week and may have gotten thrown away. So I want to make sure that if you were planning to do a swap with me, if you've already sent me something, if you were expecting something from me, and you do not receive a package by the end of this week, please contact me and let me know, and I'll let you know either if I send out a package or I will put together a package to send out to you. I apologize for if I did miss anybody. I have done probably 30 swaps in the past 3 or 4 months. So it is a little overwhelming how many swaps that I did do, but it's also easy when you're coordinating back and forth packages with that many people. Lines do tend to get crossed, and some of you had asked had said that you didn't want anything in return. You just wanted to send it as a gift. And some of you had asked for specific things in your swap package. So I just want to make sure that everybody is receiving what they are supposed to receive. So if you are international and you do not receive your package within 3 weeks, actually, if you're international and you haven't received a swap package from me and it's been a while, please contact me, because I want to make sure that yours did go out in the mail. I sent out a few Canadian ones today. And I think I did send one other international that was not Canada, but I can't remember where it went to. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, and of course, Jessica, I've got yours coming as well. It'll come with your order, because I've got some stuff that I'm dyeing up for you this weekend. So I know that's boring for a lot of you who I'm not doing swaps with. This is the best way to communicate with everybody, and I know these people watch the podcast, so it's easier than typing out a million different messages and going back and forth, because my inbox gets clogged and things don't get responded to. So I just wanted to get the message out to you guys so that you had it. So with that being said, unless I have already promised to swap with you, which I know there's a few of you that we promised swaps with, you just weren't quite ready to swap yet. Unless I've already promised to swap, I am not doing any more swaps until after Christmas. It's that time of the year where things get really hectic with work and family, and I'm sure the shop is going to be busy as well. People are going to be Christmas shopping. And so I do not want to promise anybody a swap that I don't have time to do right now. So if you want to swap, and when I talk about swap, I'm talking about mug swaps and mini swaps. If you want to do a swap and we have not already discussed it, then it will still reach out to me. Let me know you're interested, but we just won't do it until after Christmas. So yeah, that is all the administrative stuff I have. I feel like that was a weight lifted, because there was a lot of stuff I wanted to make sure that I let you guys know about. So knitting, I have been a knitting freak. I have so much knitting to show you guys. I'm really excited. So I'm going to start with FOs, and then I'm going to go into whips, and then I'll go into acquisitions. So the first FO that I have is my October Desert Vista Dye Work socks, and I really love this color. I had purchased this a really long time ago, and it just sat on my shelf forever, and because every month I would go to pick Desert Vista Dye Works yarn for my monthly socks, and I just kept passing these over because I just didn't feel like they were pretty enough. And I kept thinking, why did I buy those if I didn't like the colors? Well, because in a skein, it's hard to see how it's going to knit up. And when you knit it up, these colors work really well together. So this is called Little Shop of Zombies. And the colorway, that's the colorway. The yarn is Desert Vista Dye Works in her Vista base. Normally I use her Zen base, which is her sparkle base. This one's her Vista, which is her 7525. And yeah, I'm really happy how they worked out. I used Hot Tamale from Knit Picks for the heel. And I was able to cast these on and finish them within a couple days. I think, I'm pretty sure I cast these on like on the 29th. And had to have them done by the 31st. So it was close to the wire on these. So I wanted to avoid that at all costs for November, especially because it's the holidays. We're going to be busy. So I went ahead and cast on my November socks, and I happened to finish them. So these are my November Desert Vista Dye Works socks. You guys didn't even get to see these as a whip. And this is the Somebody Loves the Two Knitlit Chicks colorway, which I know is a good podcast, and I think it was one of the original podcasts that is out there, but I've never watched it, so that's one I need to probably add to my queue. And then this is just the stroll from Knit Picks in the white. So this again is also on her Vista base, which is odd because normally I only knit Sparkle from her. But I was just kind of trying to use up some of my older colorways that I've had from her for a while so that I can start the new year with some of the newer ones that I have coming in, because I think I have 3 on order from her. Because when you knit this, when you do her monthly sock club, every 3 months you get 30% off in her shop, and every 6th month you get a free skein of yarn. So I do take advantage of both the 30% off and the free skein of yarn. So I know I have some new yarn coming from her this month, and I wanted to use up some of my older colorways. So of course my December yarn is also an older colorway I have from her. It's actually not a Christmas yarn. It is a New Year's Eve yarn, but I want to knit it in December so that I have them ready to wear on New Year's Eve. So anyway, I'm excited about these. I really like how they turned out. And I did want to mention, so these I did toe up. I normally do cuff down. And I did a survey on Instagram, and I just basically just asked, like, what's your preferred method of knitting socks? And the majority of you guys actually said toe up, which I was surprised about. And so I was like, I'm going to give it a try, and I cast on a ton of socks, which I'm going to show you them all, toe up, and these were one of them. And I have to say, I love the process of knitting toe up better. However, I like the look of knitting cuff down better. So the reason being is because the cast off that you have to use, the bind off you have to use for toe up socks does flare, and it does look pretty loose to me. And I'm wondering if I'm going to have problems with it sliding down my ankle when I wear these. And I hope not, because I already have issues with bagging around the ankle that I'm still trying to adjust for in my knitting. So I'm hoping this doesn't make it worse. So we'll see. I'll let you know how they wear. The normal bind off I would have used was too tight, so I had to undo the bind off and redo it. I think I used the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy bind off. I don't know if that's real or not, but it seems right, so that's what I'm going to go with. And anyway, so it does flare. However, I felt like the process of knitting these was a lot easier because I didn't have to start out with the tedious work of ribbing. I'm normally of the mindset of get the hardest part done first so that the rest is easy going. But I really enjoy doing it this way, so we'll see what happens. I'm not quite sure yet if this will be my new preferred method, but it is at least the new method I will be using for the next several pairs of socks because I cast a bunch of toes on. So, and I will get ready to show you those in a few minutes. But first, I want to show you my Cozy Memories blanket. So you guys have seen lots of pictures of this over the past several weeks as I've tried to get caught up to my goal of 365 squares on the blanket by the end of the year, which isn't going to happen because I mentioned this before. If you want to know why, you can go back and look at my other podcast. But basically, the first 10 squares in the blanket are yarns that I've knit with, and then the next 10 squares across are yarns that have been either gifted to me or I've purchased in Swapless Swaps. So the goal was to get 365 on the blanket. It's squared off. I don't have any more yarn to put it. Actually, I lied. I have yarn from those socks I just showed you to add a square to, but that's starting a new row. So basically, these are yarns that I've knit with from here to here. So these are all, and down. These are all yarns that I've used in projects. And I basically cannot start adding these on this side of yarns that I was gifted until one of these rows is done. And I only have one more colorway to add to this side, so I need 9 more before I can start one of these rows. So there's no way I'm going to get the amount of squares that I want to get in it this year. However, I'm just going to kind of work on it as I go, and I'm really happy with the progress, and I finally did get it blocked off. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. So it is officially blocked off. All these yarns are yarns that I was gifted. All these yarns are yarns that I've used. And it is officially the length or the width that I want it. So now I am just working on growing it up. So here's just kind of a quick view of how tall it is. And it will continue to grow until it is the height, length, whatever you want to call it, that I want it. So I am really, really happy with how that turned out, how this is turning out. It's definitely one of my favorites that I've seen, which is a good thing because this one's mine. So anyway, I'm just going to keep working on it as I can. No square number goals for the upcoming year. I just want it to, so if I finish a row of 10 that I've used, I want to do 10 squares for the other side. So that's going to be my only goal. The next WIP that I have to show you guys, so I also put oh, I'm losing stitches. Crap, I lost a bunch of stitches, so I'll fix those real quick while we're talking. So I put up a survey on Instagram. I have quite a few WIPs that I want to focus on getting done before the end of the year. And I put all of them up on Instagram and asked you which one I should work on first. And the majority of you guys said the Bubbles pullover, which is also known as the 24-hour sweater. And there is a little bit of cat hair on this. I've tried to keep my cat off of it. So if you'll recall, I started knitting this sweater when I was trying to knit a sweater in 24 hours, and it was a huge fail. I got, actually I put a stitch marker in. So last time you guys have seen this, this is where I started. So I got about about halfway done with the body, and I quit. And I hadn't touched it for a while. So I decided to go ahead and pick it up and try to finish it. So from this stitch marker down is how much I have knit since you guys have seen it last, so in this past week. So I have knit quite a few inches on it, and I am only 1.5 inches away from doing the ribbing, which I'll do about 2.5 to 3 inches of ribbing on the bottom because I like a long rib, and then the body will be done. So then I have to go back and I have to pick up the collar and knit the collar, and then I have to pick up the sleeves and do the sleeves, and then this one will be done. So this is definitely on my list of things to get finished in 2017, maybe even in November. And I'm using, like I said, that's the Bubbles pullover. I got the pattern from Knit Picks, and I am using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted. So now is the fun part. I have lots of socky stuff that I've cast on to show you. So first off, this bag needs cleaned out because I'm done. So I want to show you this bag because it's a new acquisition, but I already used it for my November Desert Vista Dye Works socks. So I'm not going to show it in acquisitions, but I do want to show you real quick. So Laura from Knit for Brains podcast has finally opened her Etsy shop, and I have purchased a few bags from her. So this is one of the bags I purchased, and this is her small sock size. And I don't know if you can tell, I had 2 cakes of yarn in there. So I had my cake of yarn from Desert Vista Dye Works, and then I had my ball of yarn from Knit Picks for the contrasting heel. So it is a perfect size sock back and bag, not back, and she has the snaps, which are one of my new favorite styles of bags. So, and a really long handle, which I love. I love having a handle that's big enough for me to fit my wrist in. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I think she does, I don't think she has this print in her shop right now. She might, I might be lying. But she does have some bags in her shop right now, so definitely go take a look at those. And I really like this bag, and it was a good price. So, but anyway, I really like this bag. Go check it out. So, I'm just randomly, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pairs. So I cast on 6 pairs of socks. So yeah, 6 pairs of socks. So I'm just randomly going to grab and show you, not in any order that I cast them on, because they all got casted on the same day. So, and I only did the toe plus a few rows. So There's very minimum work on this, and now that I pull this out, I just want to work on these socks now. I've been literally dreaming about these socks. I need to just pull them out and do them. So this is Nomadic Yarns in the Jenny Weasley colorway, and I love these colors so much, and I love them even more now that I know. And I love them even more now that I know how they're knitting up. And this is on her Spark sock base. And I'm knitting these in my Master gave Dobby a sock bag from QBS Not For Profit. I love these bags so much. And FYI, I'll talk about this in Babel, but I have been watching Harry Potter all weekend, doing a knitting and watching marathon, and we have watched the first 5. Yeah, we've watched the first 5 movies. So I have 4 to go. I have the 6th, and then both parts, because the 7th is split into 2 movies, and then Fantastic Beasts. So anyway, this is Jenny Weasley by Nomadic Yarns in her Spark sock base. I've got my Pig Hiney from Ann Tudor on there. And basically I just did one full color repeat from the ball of yarn. And this teal and this like maroony magenta color at the top are my jam. And this like green, sea green down here. Love it so much. So I love her yarn. I love her base so much. It's my favorite base. And I really want to, and now that I have these out, I really want to start working on them again. So, and I'm knitting those on my ChiaoGoo 2.5 millimeter needles. So my next sock, I don't even know what's in here. It's like going to be a surprise for me because I don't know what sock's in which bag. But this is a Lila Styles bag from Etsy. I was enabled by Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits to purchase this. And it's originally a makeup bag, but I turned it into a project bag because Tim Burton, how could you not? So, so the socks that are in this is my FOMO colorway. And so this is Honeybee Nuts yarn, which is me. And this is my FOMO yarn. And this is my sparkle base. So here's how that's knitting up. And I love this color so much. I'm not a green person, I'm really not. But when you add in those blues and reds, like this is, I love it. And of course sparkle. And then this is my ice cream cone from Suka Miniatures, and I'm also knitting these on my ChiaoGoos. So this is, and then I'll show you what the cake looks like, and this is what it looks like caked up. Look at the sparkle. I love sparkle so much. So that is FOMO, and I probably shouldn't be showing these to you because I don't think I have any in the shop right now. I might have one skein. I have closed down my dyed to orders temporarily in the shop so that I can A, get caught up on dyed to orders, and B, I want to dye some stuff ready to ship. So I have a shipment of yarn that should be here today or tomorrow, and with that I will be dyeing my dye to order. So if you still have an open order with me that is not ready to ship, I'll be dyeing those this week. And then I will also be dyeing some sock kits for the shop, so I'm excited about that. So keep an eye out for that. And this one is my Harry Potter, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good, Marauders map bag from Lila Styles. And this is bomb.com. And this is my jam. This is 1000% me. This is me and a skein of yarn. And of course, it's sparkly. My lighting's really bad today because it's a really gray day outside, so it's not really showing up the way it should. But again, these are on my ChiaoGoos, and funny story about these, but so this is how it's knitting up, and I love it. I love these so much. Oh my goodness. Now I really want to work on these too. This is my tea bag Progress Keeper from Sugar Tots. So yeah. So these ChiaoGus I ordered off of Amazon. And I was talking to Jack about these because I don't remember where I got my other ChiaoGu needles from, sock needles from. But they're like, you see how these have the bend in them? My other ones don't. So when I ordered these off of Amazon, they come with a bend. So I'm not exactly sure. I think the purpose is to make it easier on your wrists when you're knitting. I'm not a huge fan. But I will say I'm not a fan. I would prefer the straight ones. However, they do take some getting used to, and once you get used to them, they're not that bad, and I can use them. I just would prefer the straight ones. But Jack and I were having this discussion because he also ordered some ChiaoGus off of Amazon, and they came with a bend. And I'm not sure why Amazon's come with a bend and others don't. But just a word of warning. So that is those. All these are on 2.5 millimeter. So then I have my honeybee bag from Mitchell's Creation. The lovely Tara made this and sent it to me as a surprise, and I love it so much. And I'm mad because I got a dog hair on it, and I try really hard to keep my bags away from my animals. So whenever I see like a dog hair or cat hair, I'm like, it got near it. It got to it. Anyway. So, and I found it, originally I was going to put my Christmas socks in here, but I thought it was only fitting to put some yarn from Tara in here. So, I have, and it's all balled up, but her amazing sock blanket. This sock blanket is gorgeous. I love it so much, and I could not wait to cast it on. It's my first ever sock blanket that I'm knitting with. I have showed so many sock blankets on the podcast, and I have never casted on one. But when I saw this and I saw the colors, it reminds me of like a nebula in the galaxy or whatever. I was like, okay, this has to be cast on right away. So I really should have this Progress Keeper probably on my Jenny socks, but oh well. So here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? And as I knit with any sock blank, as I knit, the colors will start to change. And it's hard to show the colors but because of the lighting. But there's reds and greens and blues and blacks, and it's so pretty. And this is Hedwig from Harry Potter. It's my other stitch marker from Sugar Tots. So, yeah, I really love that. So, I love these too. It's going to be hard deciding which one of these I want to knit on. So, I'm using my Knitter's Pride Nova Cubics to knit that, and they are the square needles, which people have asked me how I like them, and I like them. I never really had a problem with square versus circular. Now the triangle ones I do not like. Square and circular, I don't see a difference when I'm knitting with them. The main things that I look for in sock needles is the join and the slipperiness. I knit really fast, so I need a really slick needle, so normally I cannot knit with wood needles unless it's a lace project. And I also need a good join. If there's not a good join, it slows me down and it pisses me off, so I normally don't knit with those socks that do that, or needles that do that. So, that is those socks. And then my last... Oh, look what I found. So, if you don't know what this is, remember when I told you I had a list of swaps that I was doing with people and I couldn't find it? Found it. So, I'll have to go through that and make sure everybody got their stuff. But still contact me if I haven't sent you anything. So, this bag is from the lovely Miss Allie Makes in Australia. And it's got the beautiful little bees on it and the embroider bees right here. And I love this bag so much. It's so pretty. So, these are my Christmas socks. Yay! So, this is Cozy Knitter in the Joyful colorway. And I'm sorry, my cakes look like crap. But anyway, in the Joyful colorway. And this is on her Glitz base. Is it Glitz? Shimmer base. She has a Glitz base, which is gold stellina, and Shimmer, which is silver stellina. So, and this is the contrast because her yarns always come with 80 grams of the main color and 20 grams of the, or 15 grams, 85 and 15 of the contrasting color. So, there's those. And I haven't done much of the main color yet, but I did do the contrasting color and a few stripes of the main color. So I kind of feel like I started these at a bad place because I started the light pink next to like the reddish color, but it's fine. It doesn't bother me. So this is, and the yarn's tangled around my, there we go. So this is how it looks, and as you can tell, the next color is going to be green. So I think, yeah, every single one of the socks that I just showed you are all sparkle. I love it. I'm a sparkle girl. This is my purple narwhal from Sugar Tots. But yeah, so there's going to be my Christmas socks. And I need to get moving on those because those will be here before you know it. Maybe I'll work on those on Thanksgiving Day. So I just have a bag full of socks that I casted on, and I kind of just carry it with me wherever, and in my little Fresh Time bag tote, so that way whenever the mood strikes I can just pick up a sock and knit on it. That's all of the knitting I have today, so I've got lots of acquisitions to show you, so give me a second to reset and I will be back. I have received some really, really huge, amazing packages this week, and they're all in one big box. So everything will go together, but I'm going to rotate between purchases and swaps. So just FYI, I didn't buy everything that you're going to see. So the first thing I wanted to show you, and this one is actually probably going to be a giveaway. Yeah. Is the other bags that I purchased from Laura from Knit for Brains. So this is the first one, and it says, I craft so hard, I sweat glitter. And look at the glitter. I've seen this fabric, and I love it so much. And when I saw that she had knit, or made a bag, and of course all of her bags come with coordinating cozies. How awesome is that? So this is her medium-sized bag, and I love this so much and had every intention of this being for me. But then when I got it, Jason was like, there's glitter all over that. And I was like, yeah, isn't it pretty? And he was like, I hate glitter. And he does. He literally hates glitter with a passion. So as much as I want to keep this, I know that this is probably going to shed glitter all over my house and it's going to tick him off. So I might be giving this one away as a giveaway. But if it didn't have glitter on it, I would so keep it. Because this is like, guys, this is right up my alley. I love it so much. I really do. Her bags are really well made. And this is a little bit different than the sock bag because on the sock bag, her handle was built in. And on this one, she actually has it on a removable hook. Which is, I love the key fobs. And then I also purchased her amazing, ginormous sweater size bag. This thing is huge. Like, I can't even tell you. We were talking, and I was like, I was telling her, like, I might just use this. And she said that's what Alicia did, was I might just use this to put a bunch of whips in and carry around. It's like she has maybe what is that, like a 2-inch gusset or 4-inch gusset? So, like, 2 inches here and 2 inches. I think that's... Yeah, it's about a 2.5 to 3-inch gusset on the bottom of these bags. But the bags themselves are huge. So, and I love them. So, yay for that. They're really well made. So, like I said, this one is most likely going to be a giveaway. And then I also received my Hippo for Christmas yarn from Lolo. Yay! So, here it is. And this is on her plush sock, which has tinsel in it, which is a little bit sparkly, and then I got her sriracha colorway to go along with it, and another hippo tape measure, because you can never have too many tape measures. So with that, I officially have all of the hippo colorways. This was the only one I was missing. So unless she comes out with new hippo colorways for next year, I believe I have her entire collection, which is exciting. I need to add that to acquisitions. Okay, so I am moving into a swap package. So first of all, look at this bag, guys. This bag came to me from the beautiful and lovely Mercy from Hawaii. She's Bria Knits on Instagram. And she has enabled me in more ways than one. So first of all, I want to say that this package was, my husband and I were blown away. So you know, like the, what's that movie called? I don't remember. It was just like a big box, and we just kept pouring more and more out, and then inside of that was more and more things, and it was such an amazing package. And I have asked her permission. She sent me, so some things that I'm not going to show, just because they're edibles, so we've either eaten them or they're down in my kitchen. She has sent me tea, coffee, candy, like boxes. Like full bags of tea, like 3 full bags of tea, or 3 full boxes of tea, 3 full bags of coffee, Kona coffee that you can only get in Hawaii. She sent me bars of, I wish I had them up here, but they're already put away in my bathrooms. They're bars of soap, Hawaiian soap. Anyway, so she has sent me so much, and I was so honored to receive the gift, especially because, I mean, Hawaii is an island. A lot of people's bucket list is to go to Hawaii to vacation, and she gets to live on this gorgeous, gorgeous island. And she sent me a bunch of like local things from Hawaii. And she sent me so much of it that I really felt like this is some stuff that I needed to share with you guys. So some of the edibles that she has sent are going to be included in the swap packages. Not everything though, because hubby has already claimed most of the chocolate. Yeah, she sent me chocolate covered macaroons and caramel macaroons, and I can't, I can't. Such lovely stuff. So in addition to that, she sent me this gorgeous bag, which is probably going to be my new work bag, because I'm just going to put my laptop in here and I'll see it every day when I go to work, and it'll remind me of her. And she's a huge book lover, and as am I. And she had asked me if I like to read, and I was like, yeah, I love to read. And she asked if it would be okay to send me a few books that she had double purchased. And I was like, well, you should return them and get your money back for it. She's like, no, really, you'll be doing me a favor by taking them off my hands. So she sent me some lovely books, and she actually enabled me to get back into reading. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. But I wanted to show you the book she sent. So she sent me Pele and I'm sorry, my pronunciation is horrible. But basically, it's their names and A Tale of Two Sisters, and I'm pretty sure those are the goddesses. I'm gonna need to Pele and Hayaka. But for some reason, I remember some sort of mythology or moral or myth when I was a kid. Like, when I got this book, it looks really familiar, and I'm almost wondering if it was one of the books my mom read me when I was a kid. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna read it for sure. It's got some really pretty artwork in there, and it's Hawaiian themed, so I love that. So definitely gonna read that. And then my husband was excited about this, as was I. But this is The Joys of Hawaiian Cooking. Favorite recipes of Big Island cooks. And I'm excited about this. There's a few recipes in here, especially the dessert recipes, that I'm excited to try. There's a carrot cake in here that I want to make. And then also pumpkin cookies. Jason's a huge pumpkin fan. What was the other one? Oh, coconut macadamia nut bars. So good. And there's also some, listen, okay, so first of all, there are, like appetizers, main courses, desserts, all of that's in here. But I love French onion soup. There's a French onion recipe in here. There's apple soup, wonton soup, pineapple crab salad. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. There's a lot of avocado and pineapple and things like that in these recipes, which I absolutely love. There's a ton of fish recipes. There's poultry, there's pork, everything's in here. So I'm excited to try out a few of those recipes. Also, she asked me what my favorite genre was, and I told her that I really love like the young adult fantasy stuff, but I pretty much read everything. But she sent me these 2 books. So this one is Blackbird of the Gallows, which is definitely going on my to be read list, and Ever the Hunted, which I have seen this, and it says a Clash of Kingdoms novel, so I'm thinking that maybe this is part of a series. I'm gonna have to research that, but I've seen this cover, and I read her Goodreads profile, and I was laughing because I'm totally the same way. Like, I totally judge books by their cover. Like these 2 books I would definitely have purchased to read just because of the cover. So I'm excited to read these. I will be reading those soon, actually. So she sent me that. She also sent me some Hawaiian goodies. So she sent me this pin, which is probably going to go on my fringe bag that's hanging over there. I'm going to set that aside so I don't forget. She sent me these stickers. This one, I really appreciate you, which is so sweet. I love it. And I think I'm going to use this as a bookmark. And then make art, not war, which I love because as knitters, we are all artists. And we could all use a little more art and a little less war in our lives. So she sent me a postcard. How pretty is that? The big island of Hawaii. This is getting hung up. I love it so much. And then some beautiful bookmarks. Look at that. And I have to say, so I received the 2, I received quite a few because Kelly sent me one from Boston, like these local packages. But those of you that live in like touristy areas, like the Hawaii package, and then Heather sent me the San Diego package. I love that you guys are sending me the like the touristy things that you would find, like, because I mean, if I was there visiting as a tourist, I totally would have purchased these things. So it's so cool to have them without actually having to visit, which I will be doing eventually. She also sent me a few bags. Always Be You. How, like, this is perfect for sock bag. And then look at the inside, guys. Look at that. So pretty. So there's that one. And then this one is very fall themed. And it reminds me of like harvest and Thanksgiving. And this actually might be, I really love this, but guys, I have so many bags. I'm trying not to give a, I don't know. This may potentially be our giveaway for November Sock Yarn Club, because this is the perfect size for a sock bag, and it reminds me of, like, you know those old style knitting bags? It's got like a metal piece here that has it collapse in. Like, I love this so much. It is so pretty. These colors are gorgeous. But I saw this and I was like, this is perfect for the Thanksgiving giveaway for the November Sock Yarn Club, or Sock Yarn Knit Along, because it's fall themed, and I don't really have anything fall themed to give away, so I was thinking this might be nice. I don't know, we'll see. She sent me a magnet, and it's just, it says, advice from a petroglyph. Stand the test of time, tell your story, be open to interpretation, make symbolic gestures, and be rock solid. I love it. And then some beautiful stitch markers. Look at those. Look at those. They're so pretty. So yeah, she sent me a beautiful, wonderful package. And these are Knitter Serendipity on Etsy stitch markers. So pretty. she also sent me some yarn. She sent me some Brooklyn tweed, which I've never had. She sent me Brooklyn tweed quarry, American Targhee Columbia wool, and it is the Moonstone colorway. It's chunky weight, 200 yards. Yeah, so I'm thinking, because this is like it's soft, but it's definitely a thicker, more rustic wool, and I'm thinking that this would make an amazing cowl for winter because it gets so cold here in the winter time. So like just a big chunky garter stitch cowl to just cover your face. And it's a good colorway too, because both my husband and I could use it in the winter, like if he's shoveling snow. So I'm thinking that might be what that is. And then she sent me, I told you this box was literally never ending. And like I said, I'm not even showing half of what she sent. She sent me some alpaca. This is from Splash and Dream, which I believe is the name of the alpacas that this yarn came from. And they are Kalani alpacas, 100% Big Island alpaca yarn. And they're located in Hanuka, Hawaii. So this is actual local to her alpaca yarn. How cool is that? And it is a 2-ply. And I love alpaca. I really do. It is super soft. A lot of people say it's itchy, but I've never had a problem with alpaca being itchy, which is weird. But I just love this so much. So she sent me all of those amazing goodies. I'm going to keep that out because I plan on reading those pretty soon. And that's not all. She also sent me these amazing mugs from Hawaii. So she sent me this Waikiki mug. And the Hawaii mug. So how cool are those? So beautiful. So Mercy, you 1,000% have outdone yourself, and I'm so excited to send you a package from me. And I envy that you guys like you and Heather live in the big touristy towns, because it is so difficult to find stuff like that to send from Dayton, Ohio. Like I said, we have the Wright brothers, but I've looked and there's really nothing like kind of like touristy. So I was like racking my brain to try to figure out what to send, and I think I figured it out. It's not nearly as special as the stuff you send, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So I'm just waiting on those to be delivered. So anyway, I also got my Rib magazine. I do subscribe. And I flipped through it. There wasn't really anything that caught my eye. Rib magazine is obviously more for men, so I think what I'm going to do is have my husband and dad go through these and kind of pick out some patterns that they like, and I'll see if I can't knit them up. But I could definitely knit these patterns for Jason, like the sweaters and stuff, but I don't think I could knit the sweaters for my dad, because the sizes don't go up that high, which Levi was pretty irritated about, and I can't blame him. It is annoying to find a pattern that you absolutely love and it not be in your size, and it's also irritating because since it's a knitting pattern, it's really not, so if you are a designer and you are designing the pattern, you are aware of your stitch counts and how the pattern is working. You're not just reading a pattern and knitting it, you're creating the pattern. So it's so much simpler to take that extra 20-30 minutes and figure out the math to make bigger and smaller sizes for people, as a designer. As a consumer, it's really difficult to do the math and correctly estimate what size, what stitch count you need for what size if you're trying to increase or decrease to a size, because you're not familiar with how the pattern was written. You're not sure if having an odd stitch count will mess up the pattern, or having an even stitch count will mess up the pattern, or row gauge and all of that. You're not familiar with that. So I really think that designers should be more conscientious of the sizes that they're putting out there and take the extra mile to make them bigger or smaller as needed. I do like these socks. I wonder if I don't think Jason would like them, but my dad might, just because My hubby, he likes short plain socks, so I don't know. Anyway, I received a beautiful mug from Joey in Colorado, so thank you so much, Joey. I love it. I love this mug. First of all, I love that green. And I don't think I've seen many with that color green. And Colorado is one of my bucket list places to visit. So I really was excited to get that in the mail. So thank you so much, Joey. It's so pretty. And I'm told hubby that he really needs to get on building my my wall hanger for my mugs because I'm running out of shelf space for them. And then I received this wonderful, wonderful package. I had somebody contact me on Ravelry and tell me that they lived in Texas and they know that I already had gotten a Texas mug, but that they lived close to New Mexico and they made regular trips there, and that they wanted to know if I wanted to do a swap for a New Mexico mug next time they went to New Mexico. And I was like, yeah, of course. So the New Mexico mug, and I love this desert, and you've got the chili peppers, and she sent me a wonderful, wonderful note just like explaining everything, and like telling me some wonderful places to visit if I ever go to New Mexico, like her favorite places. And she sent me some goodies. She sent me these gorgeous Progress Keepers, and they look like they're like I think she said they were like they're glass handmade Progress Keepers. I think they're supposed to be like jewelry, like for jewelry, but so she or something. Maybe they. I think she said they were jewelry, but she said that they would be good as like zipper pulls because they are a little bit large to be a Progress Keeper. But look at how pretty those are. But anyway, I'm gonna put some of these on my bags. They're really pretty. It's hard to show the beading in the camera, but the beads are just gorgeous. And it just really has that like Aztec-y feel. So I like that a lot. And she also sent me this adorable little rainbow Progress Keeper zipper pull thing that I could use, which is hilarious because you guys really do pay attention when I tell you, like, because I'm on a rainbow kick, so anything rainbows brings me so much joy. She also sent me this handmade pepper, like chili pepper, like her and her child actually beaded this and made this. How cool is that? So this was my favorite thing in the package. I'm so excited. I love getting handmade stuff. And I'm so excited because this is going to make a really pretty Christmas ornament. So I can already see hanging this on my tree and the light shining behind it. So I'm really excited to put this on my tree when I put my tree up. So that was beautiful. So thank you so much. And she sent me some minis. She sent me, she did tell me what the yarn was in her note, and I'll have to look. But she sent me those. And she sent me an Opal Mini from her advent calendar last year, which is kind of cool. Anytime you get something that's not readily available, that's been discontinued, it's always like super special to receive, and I'm so glad she thought of me for that. So thank you so much for the beautiful package, and I was so excited to receive it, and yours has gone out in the mail, and I hope you love it. So I also received a beautiful package from Marianne from Canada, and I just wanted to show you this card. Look how cute that is. That is so pretty. I love it. I love knitting like cards and stuff. FYI guys, these cards and notes and letters you're sending me, I'm actually keeping. My mom does a little bit of scrapbooking, and she's going to help me. I used to scrapbook, but I just don't have time for it anymore. She's going to help me put these all in like a keepsake scrapbook, just like memories and stuff. So, and she sent me the Canada mug. So how cool is this? I love it. It's very Canadian. I'm excited to have this. I love getting the international ones, and I know I have a few more coming from Canada, so thank you so much, Marianne. She also, in her package, she sent me some coffee crisps and Smarties, which you can only get in Canada. So I really enjoyed eating those. So something I purchased, you guys know, David Tea Addict right here. Had to get the advent calendar. How pretty. Oh my god, it smells so good. I'm so excited for this. I cannot wait until December 1st. So my birthday is on December 5th. And so advent calendars have always kind of been like, as an adult, advent calendars have been a gift to myself. So I purchased the David's Tea advent calendar. And then I also purchased the advent calendar from Arkansas Yarn Company, which I believe is supposed to ship this week or last week. Either way, it's either already coming or coming this week. So I'm excited to get that. And my tea advent calendar, I'm excited about this. It's so pretty. And I did purchase the mug. The new Nordic mug that they have with the little white fox on it. And what else did I bought? Candy Cane Crush, I think, which is super good. It's so good. I love Christmas teas. They're my favorite. So I'm excited to get to December 1st so I can start digging into this. Meanwhile, I need to step up my tea drinking game because right now I buy so many teas and I love them so much, and I drink like a cup or two. I only drink about 3 or 4 cups a week of tea. And the problem is though, is I love the different flavors, so I've rarely repeat a flavor, even though I really like it. There's just so many other flavors that I have that I want to try, so I'm constantly trying new ones. So I need to start drinking at least 1 to 2 cups of tea a day so that I can get to a point where I'm trying new ones and drinking some of my favorites. So the last box of goodies I have to show you is I participated in the O Loops Harry Potter. It's like a 3 months worth of knit-alongs and games and things that you can play. And one of the challenges was the swap. And my partner, I'm pretty sure she watches the podcast and I didn't realize it because she sent me, I'll show you in a minute, but she sent me a Starbucks mug. So I think it's really funny. Either it was a coincidence or she watches and she knows I collect them, or maybe she follows me on Instagram. So she sent me this wonderful note. She said that she was going for an Oregon themed box, which she succeeded in. And as always, it was supposed to be Harry Potter themed, and it's called a favorite character swap, and my favorite character is Luna Lovegood. So she sent me Luna Lovegood, and I think this is in the first movie or the first book where she's wearing the lion mask. So I love that. This is my first pop. I don't have any pops, so I'm excited to have that. And then she sent me the Portland, Oregon mug. Again, that beautiful green color in there. And she sent me this felted soap. I have wanted one of these for a while now, and I've never seen them to buy it, so I'm excited. It smells really good. Really soapy. And I think she does either follow me on Instagram or she watches the podcast, because she sent me a pin that says literally dying. How cute is that? I love it so much. So that's also going to be added to my fringe bag. She sent me a bar of a Lolo bar, and it's the orange vanilla, and it smells so yummy. You know, like the orange sodas, like, oh, it smells so good. I'm going to set that aside because I want to take that downstairs and start using it. And she sent me a skein of Knitted Wit Victory sock in the Mayday colorway, and those colors match me and Luna perfectly, because I was like, I love pinks and purples and oranges and yellows and anything super bright. like Luna, because Luna, I mean, every time you see her, she's wearing another clothing outfit that's like completely out there and crazy. So this completely reminds me of her. And she sent me these minis for contrasting heels, cuffs, and toes. And they're super cute. These are called Smart, like, so she names these after like candies. So like these two are called Smarties, and they are 45 yards. And then this one is called Double Bubble, and it is 40 yards. So how cool is those? How cool are those? So these will definitely be a really cool looking pair of socks. Yeah, so it was a wonderful, wonderful swap, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Putting together a package for her and receiving a package, and yeah, so it was fun. So that is all I have for acquisitions, whether they were purchased or given. And so I'm going to go into a little bit of chatter, and then we are going to call it a day with podcasting. So I know I kind of rushed through it today. I got a little bit of a late start, and my husband and I need to go look at paint samples, which I'll get into. So go back and talk about is books. So I mentioned that Mercy has really ignited my love for books again. I've always been a reader, but I haven't really share that part of my life with the podcast or Instagram, and I'm going to start because I do like to read, and I feel like sharing that part of me will keep me accountable to making sure that I continue to read. So I'm starting a book club in our Ravelry group, and I'm probably going to pick a new book every 2 weeks, although I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to be done reading the books in 2 weeks. I just want to keep moving, and I like to read more than one book at a time. So if you want, just pick and choose. But if you're like me, you like to start new books, and it's basically just for us to talk about. And what I'll do is I'll put up probably discussion questions on the book in the Ravelry thread. And as you respond, what I'll do is I will draw one winner every month for one of the 2 books that we're going to be reading the following month. So if you participate in the threads, I'll do drawings just like I do for the knitting drawings, and I will choose a winner to obtain a copy of one of the books that we're going to be reading in the next month. So the first book that I chose, and I've already started it, I'm like halfway through, so you guys are getting a late start, but it is called Say Goodbye for Now by Christine Raven. I can't remember her last name. Catherine Ray something. Just if you Google Say Goodbye for Now, the book will come up. It's got a picture of a dog on the front. So I'll also put it up in the Ravelry thread. But basically, it's just a really good book, and I'm not going to give any spoilers about it this week. In fact, I think if I do talk about the book, it'll be either be on Ravelry or in separate videos. It won't be in the podcast. It's really good. I'm hooked. I started it like 3 days ago, and I'm halfway through it. And honestly, I haven't felt like I spent that much time reading it, which that's always a good book when you are really enjoying it and you're reading it and you're feeling like it's going by really quickly, like you're not dedicating too much time to it. Like, for example, Harry Potter. I've read them so many times now that getting through one is kind of a slog, because I'm like, I know the story and I find my mind wandering while reading it. So I'm rereading the series again. I reread them every year, and I'm on book 5. So I'm like halfway through that, a little bit past halfway. But anyway, it's funny because I watched the movies for the first time in years. I used to watch them every year, and then I kind of stopped, and I'm watching it for the first time in a few years. And I was like, and because I had just read the books, I'm like, that was not in the book. They missed this. This was not in the book. They missed that. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, so the first book is Say Goodbye for Now. So if you would like to read along with me, make sure to go and get your copy either from the library or on the Kindle app or from Barnes & Nobles or Amazon, and get reading. And let me know if this is something you guys would be interested in, because if it's only going to be like 5 of us doing the readings every month, then it might be something that I just, I start a different channel for, so that I can appeal more to that, what do you call? So, like that audience. So if you guys are completely uninterested in books at all, then that's fine. I'll just go to the audience that is interested in books. But if you guys are interested in books, please let me know if you think it's a good idea and if you would also participate and read along with me in the comments below. That way I know whether or not we have enough interest to actually get it up and going. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So get your books. And thank you, Mercy, for sparking my reading. So I am actually going to start one of these probably tomorrow. I don't know which one. But based on the cover, probably this one. Because it's pink and purple. How can you not? Anyway, so there's that. So my husband and I, we've lived in the house for quite a while now, and when we first moved in, we basically just bought what we needed, and we didn't really get high quality things. We just went for cheaper rather than high quality, just because we were like, we just want to fill it now and then worry about it later. So we've finally been in the house long enough now where we're starting to get to a point where the stuff that we purchased is wearing down and it needs to be replaced. And I'm talking about like furniture and paint, flooring, things like that. So we've been talking a long time about redecorating and remodeling a few things. It's getting to that point. For example, one of the couches that I have in my main room, my husband can't even sit on it anymore because it hurts his back because it's so wore out. So we knew that furniture needed to be a priority. And we went to look for furniture. We didn't intend on buying it that day, but we did end up purchasing new furniture for both my living room and my front room, which, if you're not aware, my front room is where my desk and my office was previously. I say was because we moved it since purchasing furniture on Saturday, which today is Monday. So we moved it in the 2 days since we purchased furniture. So the idea is to have a formal sitting room, reading room where my books are in the front, and then the casual living room in the back. And so we did purchase furniture, and it's supposed to be here in mid-January. However, she said it could come as early as 3 weeks. It is custom made. So I doubt that it'll be here in 3 weeks, but there's the possibility that it will be. So we are trying to get things ready because we also need to repaint because the paint in this house is crap. Basically, the builder put it on and it's cheap paint and it smudges and smears and it looks awful. So it needs to be redone. So we spent yesterday morning I'm in my loft right now, which is like my crafting area, but there was an entertainment stand with video games that my niece and nephew played and a big TV, which the TV's still there, but the entertainment stand and the video games and stuff have been moved to the basement, which is the finished basement, so they'll still be able to sit down there and play their video games and whatnot. But we moved my desk from my front room up to the loft, so now I'm looking over here, my work area where I work, do my day job, and then my packaging and all of that shop stuff is right here. With that, this loft is getting pretty cluttered. I'm going to have to start going through stuff and really determining whether or not it is something that I can knit or use within a year, and if not, it's probably going to go into the giveaway bin or the sell bin. Just because as much as I love every single thing that I have, it's just too much, and I don't want to become a hoarder. So it is getting, and I mean, you can tell just by looking at this shelf, like it's becoming a hoarder situation, so that needs to get cleaned up. But in the meantime, we're trying to pick paint samples for the walls because we've got to paint this week. There's a potential that our furniture will be here in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, which means the paint has to be up and dry, and we're painting the entire first floor. So it's not just painting those 2 rooms. We're painting the bathroom, we're painting the hallway, the entryway, the kitchen, the morning room, the laundry room. So we're going to start with the front room and the living room, and we kind of want to get it done before the furniture comes because we don't want to take the risk of paint getting on the new furniture. So we're having a hard time actually agreeing on paint colors and finding paint colors that we both really love. And I've liked the colors that we've chose, like the samples we've gotten put on the wall to test them. I've really liked a few, but I'm not in love with them, and I'm not set on any of them, and my husband definitely is not in love with them. So we are going tonight to, so far we've been to Home Depot. I think we're going to go to Sherwin-Williams, maybe Lowe's, to pick out a few more samples. But if you happen to see this before we pick a color, which I'm hoping to have the color picked in the next day or two, so you guys, I mean, the point might be moot by the time you guys see this, but I did put a call out on to Instagram. If you guys have any paint color suggestions, we're looking at, you can take a look at my Instagram stories to see what like tones we're going for. We're going for like a light to medium gray tone with potentially a darker gray for accent walls. So if you have any color name suggestions and manufacturers, so for example, if it's a Behr paint or Sherwin-Williams, if you could let me know, I'd appreciate that because we're having a hard time choosing. So that is my life right now. It's very, very busy. So I don't know how much knitting I'll get done in the next few weeks because of that, but anyway, so I know this is a little bit shorter than what you guys are used to seeing from me, but I have lots to do today and this evening. I have lots to do this evening, and I need to start with getting this mess cleaned up because podcasting makes a huge mess. And then I've got to do a few chores like cleaning. I got to do some dishes and laundry, and then we got to head out for the evening to go look at paint samples. So busy night planned, so I'm going to go ahead and go and make sure to get your books. It's called Say Goodbye for Now, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!